Nice equation, my lady. Nice equation, my lady. Inquisitor, stop. I postulate your mathematician science guys with the tiger back for the moral generation of any science is quite perfectly. Sigma pi equals MC square. They don't scare me. This makes me want to hop. The next window tomorrow, when all those exquisite sights of the cosmic show. Strike up another match to light my candle like a mage at math books replacing incantations with equations, Nice equation, my lady. Nice equation, my lady.
Greetings to all you exquisitely inquisitive ladies, gentlemen, and scholars, and welcome to Physics in the News with Jayallan. Oh, I'm simply brimming with anticipation for our guest here today, which so happens to be my very counterpart from this universe here. As mentioned before, I am not of this realm, but rather am an alien and stranger from a parallel plane of existence. And here he is now, Allan Bennett, indigenous aborigine of this universe here. I asked you here today because I'm aware that you are equally as passionate as I for gaining new insights into what this lingering phenomenon known as reality be, for the sheer wonderment of it all, but also for the practical applications of improving the excellency of life. More specifically, I supplicate you to share with us all what it be that induces you to perceive that everyone deep down contains an affection for the maths and sciences.
So first I would like to just share that how thankful I am that I got the chance to meet you, Jayallan, and that you actually accepted me as your apprentice makes me really happy. And thank you for being so patient with me. How bad I've been with all the editing and stuff, and all the behind the scenes stuff as well. So thank you for all that.
I recognize that you and I are essentially the very same person, and the very same quirks you possess and dwell in me as well. I simply have many millennia to become comfortable in this skin. In fact, knowing that what is in you is in I inspired me to sharpen my dancing skills. For it is a real known fact that Jayallan has some very fine moves, as you can see here.
Thanks for embarrassing me, but that what you said does help me to think of something else. I've never really been very comfortable with myself, but you helped me to see that everything that I aspire to be in you is actually always been in me. So I choose to put off the old self and recognize the new man that is not of this world. So why do I believe that everyone has an affection for math and science? Throughout all of grade school and high school, I really struggled with math and would always like to joke that math was a curse by saying that math came about after the fall of man, because I really felt like I despised math. However, I did always find my eyes were always drawn towards the aesthetics, the beauty of math, like higher level math on chalkboards. Like whenever I'd see higher level math on chalkboards, it was like, oh wow, that's cool. But I never thought about liking math. It was just my eyes were always drawn towards that. And I still struggle with math now, but I like how all the problems essentially only lead to one truth. And if you walk out the proper steps, you will discover that truth, and it feels so rewarding. So why it is that I feel everyone at their innermost core being is an aficionado of math and all the science it bestows, is because I believe that math is the language that all of reality is built from. So there's this philosophical argument in mathematics, which is the question, was math invented or was it discovered? Well, consider the idea of limits in calculus. Two people who supposedly were completely unfamiliar with each other's work invented calculus in the 1600s. Gottfried Leibniz and Sir Isaac Newton. To do calculus, you need limits, which I personally believe to be the greatest discovery of all of mankind, and a completely counterintuitive idea. It tells us that one number can be racing really, really fast, like towards another number really, really fast, and it's closing the distance forever. It's never actually reaching that number. It's just closing the distance towards that number, and the distance is getting smaller and smaller and smaller forever, but it's never actually reaching that number. But at the same time, simultaneously, it does reach that number, and the solution to that calculus problem is that number that it's racing towards. So that concept right there has allowed us to understand all that we know about the universe, and therefore has given us all the technology that we've come across in our lives. So all the calculus is built on this idea of limits, and I don't think that these two men invented this very counterintuitive idea. What are the chances of two people inventing the same non-existing concept at the same exact time? No, I think math has always been here. That's what I believe. And this math that they discovered is how the universe actually functions. It's in us, it's a part of us, it's a language that is interwoven into our very being. And so when people say that they hate math, they are simply failing to recognize that everything that they find beautiful in the world is math. Oh, splendid! You did a marvelous job in expressing how you feel on the topic. Isn't that delightful? Wait, I would like to know about what is going on with your other channel, Philosophy and Naturalis, where you actually teach us all about the wonders of math. Oh, that is a fine question. The thing is, I feel that the subject matter might be a bit too intense for many of the indigenous people of this world. So I decided to focus on this channel for a while, which is a bit lighter, in order to reel them in, you see. Just as my dear lady friend Miss Poppins would always say, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Thus, once the series has all its gears spinning at full capacity, I will then proceed with the more intensive subject matter. And that concludes this episode of Physics in the News. If it pleased you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and use it to share the consistently occurring, awe-inspiring discoveries pertaining to the fundamental constructs of reality.